Yeah, and your puffer.
Yep, and your puffer and your oximeter, if you've got one, it's always good to track your numbers throughout exercise.
But just before we get started,
Concerto?
I say just before we get started, do you all know why old men wear glasses, right?
No.
It
Why?
makes everything look bigger.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
I'll shut up now.
Now I have the answer.
And on that note, have
Yes,
a
Jill.
Here, Jill.
On that note, does anyone know what sound porcupines make when they kiss?
Ouch. No.
Ouch.
Oh, boy, you're multiplying.
Here we go. We're rolling.
All right, Dream Team, have a quick look around you. Make sure there's nothing to step on or trip over. Make sure you're wearing sturdy footwear or bare feet. I let you know you need your stretchy band and your weight today. Water close by, your oximeter if you got it, your puffer. And remember, this is your class. You go at your pace. You are in charge of how hard you push today based on your energy level and how your breathing is. And I'll keep giving you tips throughout on how to do that.
Jill,
Yes,
you.
you can't hear me?
I can't see
So
you.
muffled.
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Oh,
You see, it's just fine.
You guys.
is anyone else having that issue?
No, not a problem.
No,
Nope,
you're
not a problem
there.
here.
No problem here.
Okay, I don't know what's wrong.
Did you go on with video? Did you
I
click?
did. I
Yeah,
did,
we can see Betty, but
yeah,
might just be your
Video.
speaker or something. So
I
just-
can hear you great. I just can't see your face.
What
It's
you might
weird.
want to do, Betty, is go out, shut down, come back in again. It might just
Okay.
be that you've got a bad connection.
I'll
And,
do,
And so usually a reboot is one way of a first step in checking that out.
Well,
Okay,
if
thank-
she
thank
sees
you.
your
I will
face,
do that.
then.
Yeah,
maybe
perfect.
she
Try
needs to
that.
go on to
That'll be
speaker.
awesome. And then she'll be back. So hand on your belly, gang.
You're right.
Hand on your chest. We are going to breathe in. You're going to fill up your belly first. And then fill up your chest. And then steadily breathe out. Breathe out through the belly first. And then chest. So breathe in, fill up your belly first. Then your chest. Then breathing out, belly first. Then your chest. And again, breathe in, belly. Then chest. Breathing out, belly. Then chest. All right, do your best to maintain a steady breathing pattern. Remember, especially breathing out through pursed lips. Now we're just going to get one arm pushing out at a time. And we're going to start lifting up our heels up and down. So your heels lift up off the ground and down, toes stay on the ground, and just push one hand forward at a time. And Ken, thank you for your technical support. I love how we've moved in our repair knowledge from percussion maintenance to turn it off and on.
Kind of worried Jill it's going to get out of hand today because with that sleigh there. Oh, are you going to slay us?
It's going to be a bit of a wild ride today.
Bill's still hoping for more snow.
No, it's soccer season, no snow.
And your
Hi, Jill.
I don't know.
Hi, everybody. Yes.
All right, take your hands, kind of put your thumbs on your shoulders because we're going to rotate one elbow up and back at a time.
Yeah.
So a slight bit of mobility through your chest and shoulders to help you open up those ribs. Maintain that steady breathing pattern.
Backwards. No, the other way. That's right.
And right from here, gang, I want you stepping a foot forward and back. Foot forward and back.
Yeah.
Boy, that made it more challenging.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
So
say.
we're just trying to touch your heel in front of you and bring it back. Touch your heel in front of you, bring it back.
Did I make it this far?
Yeah.
You guys are doing great. Just do what you can. And right after this, we're gonna do the chicken dance.
Always made these 16 things to do together. I can never do it all the same time, you know?
No. Okay, now take your hands and reach across to your opposite shoulder and back. And let's get that slight little bit of rotation through your upper back if that feels comfortable for you. Excellent. This is more your speed, David. You've got this. He's going maybe. All right, team. As you reach across, we're going to lift up your knee and back down. So if I reach with my left hand, my right leg lifts and back down. Keep up your steady breathing. Make sure it doesn't feel like you're compressing your rib cage. If it feels like you can only take a limited breath, then make sure you keep your chest open. There we go, gang. Remember to breathe out through pursed lips. Remember, you can rest when you need to.
Anyone know why when we get older, we drop things?
Easier.
Older.
God's way of making us exercise, we gotta pick it up, right?
Yes.
You are in rare form today, sir.
Participants.
And rest there, gang.
Yeah, I
That looks
dropped an ice
awesome.
cube the other day and spent 20 minutes doing the real cardio to pick it up.
Oh, geez. Clench your fists, bend your elbows, and push one arm up at a time. Now, if you've got a shoulder or neck issue where this movement doesn't feel good, well, I don't want you pushing into pain. So make sure you're finding something that feels better for you, whether it be just lifting straight up. Maybe it's just dropping the elbow down and up. Okay, so if you can without pain, push that arm up and out to the side. You'll notice I'm keeping my hand and elbow and shoulder in a straight line. So as one moves, the other moves. So I'm not just lifting the elbow, we're lifting the whole arm and down. And that's part of the challenge of this exercise. Can you keep your arm moving as a unit?
There's no pain, it's just the crackling of a chip bag or something.
Yep, and a little bit of noise is okay. Noise without pain is perfectly normal. They give it a fancy word called crepitus. And boy, doesn't that sound like something you could dig up.
That's what people, you know, and it's like sports and stuff.
That's right. Okay, gang, that looks really, really good. We're gonna do just a last couple more, and I want you really looking at, can you move your whole arm as a team? Good. Excellent.
I'm with you on the exercise, but you
Shake
can't
it up.
see me.
Okay, That's all right, Barry. That sometimes happens. Okay, gang, now we're pulling up one foot and just to where you feel comfortable, but pulling it up as if we're gonna put on our socks and then back down. So we're working a little bit on those hips today.
Actually, let me take my shoes off.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
So pretend you're gonna put on your shoes or socks. You can reach down if that helps you visualize it. If you can only move that leg a little bit, good. You know where your limits are. There. Pull that knee out, pull that foot in. You want that little bit of rotation happening.
Joe, my hip bones are.
I think I'm not
really
doing anything, and I
up,
tell you to
so-
do, then you know now. See,
Yes, of course.
it's exercises like this, you know,
That's right.
it's to help, you know.
And Clancy, this doesn't feel good on your hips?
My hips feel very hot, so I might need this alternative.
Yeah, everything is good, everything.
Then just step out. Yeah, if your hips are sore in that movement game, feel free to just step out. Otherwise, I would like you to try to do just a couple more. It's good to get your joints moving in different ways, but just some days, different joints, parts of our body are going to be a bit cranky, and then we just have to adjust around them, okay? Doesn't mean it's a bad movement, just means it's not the right movement for you today.
But you know, if your joints hurt, you turn it around and it won't hurt so bad.
Oh, boy. Or you could swap them. And rest, gang. Excellent job. All right. Now you've got your foot on the ground. You can do this seated or standing. I'm going to get you to draw a circle on the ground with your foot. And I want you to try, start off with a small circle and then try to make that circle bigger and bigger. And I want that to be a clockwise circle.
Yeah.
And the direction is important. So remember, we're not pushing our foot into the ground.
Look, yes, of course, of course. Everything's.
There we go. How's that feel, David?
Good,
Good.
feels good.
Yes.
We used to spell our
Excellent.
name.
Hmm?
You could spell your name, absolutely. Now change directions, pull that leg in. Now if your hip or leg is tired, then just switch legs instead of switching directions. And then when other people switch legs, you can switch directions. Again, if that leg is sore, just change legs. See how big can you make that circle? Is anyone feeling it just right in their hip? It's getting tired. I see some head nods. There we go. Keep up that steady breathing. All right, team, change legs. So we're going to start with that clockwise movement. That leg goes down, up and around. Start off with smaller circles, and then you can make them bigger, and bigger, and bigger. Oh, right, we're not blowing bubbles, we're just making circles.
Why don't you keep the orange juice? Orange juice.
There we go, gang. And change directions of that circle. Excellent. Make sure we're maintaining.
With water, you know how you get a little bit
What's
orange
that?
juice and then half water.
David,
Oh, sorry, I've got my,
yeah, just put
Yeah.
yourself on mute for me. That would be
Mute, yeah.
wonderful. Thank you.
You really got something started here now. I'm gonna have to polish the rest of the floor.
Yep, that's part of my sneaky plan, you know. I had some special requests for chore-related exercises. So next, we're all gonna grab a cloth and go to a wall. Now, rest that leg there, gang. You might need to stomp out those legs, shake it out. How does everyone's hips feel?
Tired.
Iron.
A bit
Tired.
tired. Yeah, but they feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, warmed up.
Excellent. Brilliant. All right.
So,
So we're gonna incorporate a little bit more of that, but now we're gonna focus on getting our heart rate up a little bit higher. So pump your arms. And I want you trying to take in that deeper, steady breath.
Your arms.
And breathing out through pursed lips. Breathing in. Out through pursed lips. Breathing in. Out through pursed lips. And remember, that is at your own pace, and it's okay for it to sound more like breathe in, out, out. Everyone shows up to class with a different breath capacity, a different energy capacity. All right, gang. Right from there, rest the arms. Now I want you stepping your foot out and in. Now, if you've got bare feet or slippery flooring, you can slide your foot. But you're also welcome to just tap your toe out and in, out and in.
to the side, Jill?
Yeah, out to the side and back in. Out to the side and back in. You've got it. And you're welcome to do this from a standing position, right? Tap the toe out and back in. If you are going to do it standing, I don't want you stepping. I want you just reaching the foot out and back. Okay? So reach and back. Reach and back. I want to bring attention to your core. So try to tighten up that belly button as we add some movement. And switch legs. Tap out to the side and back in. Tap out to the side and back in. Maintain that breathing pattern. Tighten up your belly. Now we're going to pat our head.
Rub our tummies.
And rub our tummies. That's our ongoing joke as soon as I give you more than 3 things to think about.
That's true.
Excellent job, Dan.
They're excited to go out for lunch.
Remembering to breathe out through pursed lips. That helps prevent you from getting as breathless. It allows you to get more air into your lungs after your exhale. And rest there. Excellent job, gang. Now, with your hands, all we're going to do, I want you to put them together. I want you to reach down between your knees slightly. And then I want you pulling your arms up and then back down. Good. So there's that slight bend over. Now, from here, I want you tightening your glutes to pull yourself up, to swing those arms up and then back down. So it's up and down. Pull up and down. Breathing out as you pull your arms up is helpful. Go at your own pace. And if you have sore shoulders or a neck today that does not like that overhead movement, you're welcome just to come down and then back up. And we've done that movement in the past where we're just moving from our hips, making our glutes do the work, okay? So this is an option for pain in your shoulders or neck. Otherwise, can we go all the way up? And you should be able to feel your glutes tightening up, guys, pulling yourself up. So again, think about those walnuts between those bum cheeks. And pull. It's helpful to breathe out as you come up. And rest. Nice work again. All right, now we're taking a leg, and remember, rest when you need to. You can always get into your recovery, breathing, just slowing it down, get your recovery position, just hands on your thighs, and slightly bend forward. Now, with those legs, if you're feeling good, can we get that leg up and step out, as if we're stepping up and over a hurdle, and then back in? And then alternate, up and over a hurdle, up and back in, up and over a hurdle, up and back in. Alternating sides, up and out, up and back in. Remembering we're tightening up that belly button to engage our core to help us move. There we go. Everyone can hear me okay? Quick little audio check.
Yes, I turned you up, but you sound good.
Why, thank you.
No comment
Great
this time.
job, everybody. And rest. All right, last one we're gonna do here before we move on to some more strength training is one hand is going back, the other hand is going forward. So switching. So actually keep one hand up in front of you, level with your shoulder, bring the other back behind you, and then bring it back up together. So one arm drops back and behind, and then up together. Drops back and behind, up together. Good, and then pull it back and behind without pain. We really are getting into some different ranges of motion today, guys, if you hadn't noticed. Got your hips and arms moving in lots of different positions. And rest. All right, make sure you grab a sip of water, because next we're moving on to some weights. Excellent job, team. Okay, everyone needs their band. And if you don't have a stretchy band, you are welcome to use your weight. All right. With your stretchy band, we're going to put it around the bottom of your foot. You're going to lean back in your chair slightly. So I've got my foot lassoed. I'm going to pull my arms in towards me. I'm going to pull my knee up and then push it down against the band like I'm taking a step. Okay, so I lift my knee and then push it down into the band. Up and push it down. Up and push it down. Up, push it down. There you go, guys. Excellent job. Breathing out as you push down can be helpful. You can always double up your band if it's long enough and you want more resistance. And we're going to go for 20 more seconds. And you are going to go at your pace. So if you're feeling like it's too easy, I want you pushing down a little bit faster and then coming up a little bit slower. 10 seconds.
Oh.
And if you need to rest early, you do that. And switch legs. Excellent. And same thing. Leaning back slightly, pulling that knee up. Bless you, and pushing it down. So drive that foot down against the band. There we go.
One leg's weaker than the other one.
Yep, so that can be quite normal. And does it feel a bit weaker in a particular spot?
Not really, just feels weaker.
Mhm. Yep, so it's important to keep working at that. But that is quite normal for it to happen. And rest. Now, that was a different exercise, gang. How did that feel?
Like that one.
Good.
Perfect. All right. Right from there, take your band. I'm going to double mine up just because it's super, super long. But you do not have to do that. Now, if you've got a sore shoulder or neck, your arms are going to be out in front of you. The lower they are, the less pressure on your neck. Or you can have your arms up overhead if your shoulders feel good in this movement. Either position, one arm stays still, nice and strong, and the other pulls the band either down and then back up, working just one arm at a time.
Oh.
Got your arms out in front of you, holding back. So go slow and steady. Did someone say ow?
I did, I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I have a bit of a chest infection, so it kind of hurt when I pulled down, but I'm fine. I'm just fine. I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries. I just want to check in on you, that's all.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Oh, of course. And remember, just put less weight on the band, so just have your hands further apart from each other. And now those chest muscles don't have to work quite as hard while they're already a bit inflamed.
Yep, that's great. Thank you. Much better.
Switch arms, good. I'm glad to hear that. So switch arms, gang. So either that arm straight out in front of you, or it's up overhead as you pull down and then back up. It's a different movement. We're going to do a couple less of them. And by a couple less, I mean I'm actually just doing a better job of counting today. So we've got 3 more on this side. Maintain your breathing. Remember, it is helpful to breathe out as you pull on that band. And rest those arms. Now you might need to roll those shoulders back a little bit or shake it out. Okay. Excellent. Now, that was 2 exercises in this little sequence. Now our third one is take the band and we're going to wrap the band around our legs. And then I'm just going to either push down on the band or hold on to it. And all we're doing here is you're going to clench your glutes to pull your knees apart slightly, keeping your feet flat on the ground. It is helpful to engage those toes and then relax. So tighten those glutes to push against the band and then relax. It's not a big movement, gang. It's not a big movement, but trust me, you will feel it. So tighten those glutes to pull apart that band. And it is helpful to engage those toes, grip the ground with your toes. Excellent. Maintain your steady breathing. All right, let's aim for 3 more if you can.
Dumb question, how come Maureen always goes black? Is she scared to watch her exercise or what?
No, she helps me instead of doing the exercises. She's there for technical support and to keep an eye on everybody. So that while I'm focused on teaching, it just bumps up the instructor to participant ratio. So she helps keep an eye on if everyone's doing okay. Is anyone potentially struggling, right?
Well, that's good to know.
Either
Yeah.
with their breathing. Yeah, exactly. So it's more of a safety thing.
Right on.
And then if anyone comes into our office for questions or anything, then there's not distracting things in the background.
Right on.
Yeah, so right from there, gang, just take that band off from your legs. How did that feel on the hips? Were those hips feeling it?
Great. Awesome.
Perfect. So we're gonna repeat those 3 exercises. So that first one was getting that band around the bottom of your foot. Super, super fun. And then you can just pull that band in towards you, pull that knee up, and then push that foot down against the band, and then bring it back up. Push and bring it back up. Remember, it can be helpful to breathe out as you push that foot down. Excellent. Drive that foot down against that band. Remember, if you can only do 5 before you need to rest, that's okay. This class is all about doing what you can, going at your pace. And resting there to switch legs. And then we're doing that same thing, other leg, the knee lifts up and then push it down against that band. Remember, it can be helpful to breathe out as you push that foot down. Well done, gang. Maintain your breathing pattern. Boy,
We don't
we're
want to
extra
stop breathing.
quiet
It
today.
causes all kinds of trouble.
Right, it sure does. That's why I try to keep reminding you. Because as silly as it sounds, it's easy to forget about breathing when you're focused on so many things. And relax there. Take the band out from your foot. And now once again, gang, we're either going to have your arms out or up overhead. The higher up they are, the harder this will be and the more challenging that can be on a painful shoulder. So keeping those arms down is better on a hurting shoulder or neck. And then we're just pulling one hand back, keeping the other straight ahead. And then reset, work just the one side. If your hands are in front, pull that band back. Those arms are up overhead, pull that band down. Remember, it is helpful to breathe out as you pull that band.
Take it. Don't do it.
Remember, feeling pain in our exercise class is not a good thing. That is when you would want to bring something to my attention. There we go. And switch arms. Okay, maintain your breathing, especially your breathing out through pursed lips. There we go. And rest. Now we're putting that band around your legs. All right, gang, tightening those glutes. Want to think about gripping the ground with your toes to pull those knees apart against the band, and then relax. Tighten to pull against that band, and relax. Maintain your breathing pattern. Breathing out through pursed lips as you clench those glutes can be helpful. Excellent job, gang. There we go. Remember, just do what you can. Any point you need to rest those muscles, you do so. There we go. Try to do a couple more. Right after this, we're going to try some balance, either seated or standing. We want those hip muscles ready to support us. And relax. Awesome, team. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Great.
Here we go. Are we a bit worn out today?
The group is more active or talkative today than last week.
What, you guys weren't talkative last week? Oh, when I wasn't here. Did you
Yes.
guys get sleepy?
You could have heard a pin drop.
Oh, wow.
Good going, you threw the poor guy under the bus.
What's that?
I said, good going, you threw the poor guy under the bus.
Did
Yeah.
I? Why?
He wasn't quite sure what he was gonna do there for a bit.
Ah,
And
that's
now I
good
feel
for
bad I
him.
wasn't here to stir you all up.
That's right. It's good to keep him on his toes.
We were nice to him, all nice to him, Jill.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, I really appreciate him coming to run some chair yoga. So that was awesome.
We all needed to have sleep after.
But that's good. To get into that relaxing state can actually help improve your sleep.
Mhm.
We were
So
pretty
that's
on him.
awesome. Good.
Well, it's nice. We already had the pillow available, so we just had to lay down right there.
See, perfect. Okay, team, if you're gonna be seated, I do encourage you to grab either a pillow or rolled up towel that you can sit on to add that bit of instability. But all we're gonna do, either seated or standing, is I want you pushing one foot into the ground to slowly lift the other up. Pause. So we're pausing that hold of one leg pushing down, the other pulling up. And then down. And then we will alternate. So again, that one leg pushing down, the other leg pulling up. Now remember, if you're standing, it's that same idea. That one leg pushes down into the ground. You should feel it tighten up around your hip as that other slowly pulls up, hold, and then down. One leg pushes down, the other pulls up, hold. So our legs are doing this. Hold, one pushing down, one pulling up. Now, wait a minute. There's no yawning in this class. I think we gotta get your heart rate up.
That was from the last time with him.
Oh, it's just leftover, hey?
Yeah, it's leftover relaxation.
Well, sometimes yawning is your body's way of getting more oxygen in, so it's actually okay.
Yeah, I think we should all start resting now.
No, do what you can here. Try to get to 10. And if you don't get to 10 today, that's okay. We're going to keep track of it and we get to watch it improve over the next couple weeks. If you want to do a couple standing and then you need to sit and do a couple more, awesome. Just do what you can. Because we are all at a different level and that's okay.
That was one thing that we probably got more of last week at Thursday was more counting because we weren't.
Yes,
counting.
yes.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he's much better at counting than I am.
So that number is enough, right?
That's right. And sometimes it's not really about the number because we can't all get to the same number. Depends on what we're doing.
We might have gotten
All
more.
right.
We might get more exercise with you anyway.
Oh yeah, you should. And rest, team. Awesome job. Now, if you've got a weight, now you're gonna grab it.
Got it.
Now, counting is
Now,
over.
again, you can do this standing or seated, but we're gonna hold on to the one weight with both hands. Keep that core nice and tight, and you're just moving the weight side to side. Now, again, think about our stable position. Those glutes are tight, the core is tight as we move the weight side to side. Now, if you're standing, bend your knees slightly as you move that weight.
Why do you always bend your knees?
Because it's more stable. It's more stable than being up tall, and it helps you engage more muscles.
You don't have any horses.
There we go, gang. Keep up that breathing. Oh, and I might sound further away now. Don't think I charged my headphones enough today. You guys still hear me okay?
Yeah, good here.
Good here.
Perfect. And rest there. Good job, team. All right. Last one. We're only going to do 5 to 10 of them, depending on your tolerance to this exercise. Hold the weight. I want you to bend down. Go between your knees. So bend down just past your knees. So just like we did in warm up. And now we're coming up. Pull that weight up and slowly push it up overhead as long as you don't have pain in your shoulders and neck.
Oh, I don't know.
Slowly bring it back down. down, and then reach down between the knees. And then clench your glutes, pull it back up. Up. And again, keep those elbows in as you press up overhead. Down. Down. Good. So remember, we're moving through our hips, not through our back.
Oh, pay attention now. This is for playing peekaboo with our grandchildren, right?
That's right. You got to get really strong at peekaboo.
Well, you've noticed I've increased my weight from the stapler to the hole puncher.
Yeah, that's
Well, that's good.
well done. All right, gang, rest there. Whew. Now we're gonna repeat the 3 we did. Starting with balance. Either seated or standing. So you can put your weight to the side.
Yes, we're sitting.
And again, one foot is pushing down as the other lifts up. Hold. And down. And then this one is alternating.
Why do we repeat these sets rather than doing 3 new ones?
Repetition is good for your central nervous system. So especially things like balance, you might notice you get a bit better at it on the second or third time rather than the first time. So that repetition helps our central nervous system get used to the movement. And then it allows us to add an overall volume of exercise so that our muscles need to improve. So if we talk about, we did our banded exercise of pushing our leg down, well, that's using our muscles. And we might not be able to do 20 or 30 of them in a row on the one leg, but we can do 20 or 30 of them split up with rest in between, which is what we did. So now our muscle is still working, but it gets that rest in between. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a way to develop our strength and our stamina is with that rest, breaking it up.
Does that explain why half of us after these exercises will lay down for a nap?
Well, yeah, because it uses a lot of energy. It's hard work for sure. I've completely lost track of count, so let's rest there. That was awesome. And we got that last exercise. Holding our weight with both hands. And we're reaching down between the knees, moving from our hips, and then squeezing our glutes to pull yourself back up, pull that weight up and slowly press it up overhead and back down. Reach down. Remember, we're moving from our hips and not our lower back.
Years ago, I had
Reaching
my eyes
down.
were blurry from diabetes. I very cleverly decided to do my income tax on the computer.
And up.
Hit the wrong button, doubled my income, send.
Hey gang, just remember if you're going to
1 year later,
someone on the phone or in the room, we can hear everything. So just put yourself on mute if that's gonna happen, that's no problem. And then when you're done, you can just unmute yourself.
I find this one the hardest on the breathing.
Yeah, so important there, Barry, is that we keep our chest up. So if we round and collapse the chest in, the bending over absolutely can be the hardest on your breathing.
Yeah.
So if I turn sideways, It's super important that we keep the chest up, so that even if you're just bending that little bit, rather than
Oh.
bending over,
Oh, okay.
okay? So
Yeah.
that's where I say really move from the hips.
Just go a little bit.
Yeah, just go that little bit, move from the hips. My chest is still up, and you should find that better on breathing.
Push, push, push from the feet.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there we go. Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good point to bring up, because that can be super, super tough on you guys. A lot of you with your lungs, if we're bending over.
yeah,
And so rest there. So even things like, you know, putting on your socks or your shoes,
Yeah.
tying up
Yeah.
laces, pick up something off the ground. If you're aware that rounding at your back can make you breathless, then we
Yeah.
can adjust. So with your,
almost got to put the chin up,
yes,
the head back.
yes, yeah, think about chin up and think about a string pulling your chest forward.
Yeah. Makes quite a
And if you
difference.
have to pick something up off the floor, instead of getting here and feeling really breathless or even a bit dizzy,
Yeah,
well, now your chest up and you can push your hips back. And now you might have to round slightly, but that's a lot different than rounding from way up here,
uh-huh.
Yeah.
right? Or
Yeah.
if you've got to put, you know, you got to put your socks on, and if getting down here makes you really breathless, well, let's put your foot up on something so you can keep your chest up. And
Good point. Yeah, thank you.
oh, of course, it's great to bring up things like that because it's really important for you guys. Just gonna turn up my volume here. Dropped suddenly. There we go. All right, team. Now it's time for a little bit of stretching, the best part of the class, I've heard.
It's nice.
It is nice. So let's take one hand, let's push it down to the ground. And then we're just, if you can, reach your other hand up and away. So now we're reaching our arms away from each other. Hands back down and we'll switch. I think I moved forward when I showed you how to put on your socks and shoes. There we go. Now you should be able to see my hand a bit better. Reaching. Maintain your breathing, gang. And slowly relax there. Now you're going to extend one foot in front of you. And again, we just talked about rounding at our backs versus pushing through our hips. So we're going to reach towards our toes, moving from the hips, keeping the chest and chin up.
Go bye-bye.
Bye, Carmen. Or that's Maria. Bye, Maria.
Yeah, bye. Thank you.
A little far. There we go. So you should still feel that at the back of your leg, gang.
Yep.
Perfect. And we're going to slowly switch legs. Excellent. Maintain your breathing, especially breathing out through pursed lips. Now, gang, I do want to take a quick moment to warn you that if you feel a little bit stiff and a little bit sore tomorrow, that's normal because we did a lot of different movements in different ranges today, especially with our hips. We got moving in different positions that we don't do a lot of. Okay, think about all the circling we did and stuff like that. So when we do movements in ranges of motion that we're not used to, that's good for building our strength and mobility, but it can also create a bit of stiffness and soreness because our body's not used to it. So I don't want any of you in pain later or tomorrow. But if you wake up to where you go, oh, geez, I feel my hips, what's going on? Well, geez, I made you work them super hard today.
You're forgiven.
All right, now we're dropping one leg back behind you, or you can turn sideways in your seat, whatever feels better for you. Great job, gang. Super, super well done. And we're slowly changing legs. Keep up your breathing pattern, gang. This is where we bring that heart rate down, get your breathing back under control, get those oxygen.
95.50.
95 on your oxygen and 50 on your heart rate.
Yep.
Wow,
Relaxed and smooth sailing over there.
wow, awesome.
I guess I didn't work hard enough.
Or you are really good at recovering. So we've been bringing it back down.
When I went in yesterday to the hospital for tests, I sat down and they said, oh, 87. But then when I took the mask off, it soon bounced back up.
Oh,
There you go. Yeah, for sure. Good. All right, gang. Palms facing up. Pull those thumbs apart. Make sure your arms aren't drifting away from you. And you should feel just a little bit of tension. Normally you'll feel tension at the back of your shoulder or across your chest. Maintain your breathing here. And relax those arms, shake it out. All right, we're gonna take a couple slow, deep breaths to a count. Remember, your count might be different than mine, and that is perfectly okay. You can either have a hand on your belly, or you are welcome to open up your hands as we breathe in and bring them back in as we breathe out, whatever you're most comfortable with. Aiming for 3 to 4 seconds on the inhale, 4 to 5 seconds on the exhale. Ready, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one in, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest there, gang.
Great workout today, Jill.
Thank you, Jill.
So,
You guys did awesome.
Great.
Thank you so much for coming on today.
thanks,
Jill.
Jill.
Thanks, Joe. Thank you, Joe.
Thank
you, Joe.